In 1973, William Friedkin directed The Exorcist, with William Peter Blatty basing the screenplay off his 1971 novel and Owen Roizman handling the cinematography. And although this film is nearly 50 years old as of 2022, it still maintains its extremely unnerving atmosphere. The Exorcist, as its title suggests, is a film about exorcism, and follows a young girl, named Regan, who is slowly being possessed, and while the one who possessed her claims to be the devil himself, it's largely implied to be a demon in Iraq known as Pazuzu, but how he'd end up traveling from Iraq to Washington, D.C., and to target this one specific girl, is beyond me. But to be honest, Regan also shares the spotlight with a Greek priest named Damian Karas, who has his own character arc dealing with his faith and his mother. While The Exorcist is a horror movie, it's mainly focused on the drama of the characters and is more of a psychological attack, the way the story plays out, because trust me, this is one of those movies that you need to see for yourself, is that three unrelated characters eventually intertwine as a result of their actions. While The Exorcist does tell a complete story, much like Martin Scorsese's Goodfellas, it feels a bit like an abridged telling of the novel it's based on, a bit of an advertisement if you will. Now that I think about it, both are based on true stories too. In terms of cinematography, acting, and special effects, The Exorcist holds up even today as a phenomenal movie. The special effects are simply incredibly. It's not necessarily a gory film, but you can definitely tell a lot of money and time and talent went into it. And speaking of time and money, The Exorcist actually had an extremely troubled production that, long story short, led to it costing and taking twice as long to make than initially intended. So basically the fact this film was a major success was a miracle. The cinematography and editing, despite being unabashedly 70s, and the slow burning kind of 70s, have a kind of steadily building atmosphere that just sucks you in and doesn't let you go until the credits roll. And even then, it'll stay with you. All in all, I can see why audiences back in 1973 supposedly ran out of the theaters, vomiting and suffering mental issues and heart attacks. This is genuinely one of the most terrifying films of all time, and it's easy to see why. It's so beloved, it transcends the horror and drama genres and is a genuine work of art. So what would I rate The Exorcist? Well, all things considered, I would give it a 10 out of 10. And that'll be the video. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please be sure to follow me on social media.